Welcome back, Masters and Princesses, to another episode of Made News Network. I am your host, S.J. Nix, and today we are here with a couple of fans from the Minneapolis show, Kendal and Maddie. Good morning, Kendal and Maddie. How are you?
Good morning. How are you?
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us today. You guys popped up on my radar because some of what we refer to as the usual suspects, those of us who are crazy enough to chase them around the country, we all kind of know each other, and we kind of, for different reasons, we end up with extra tickets, and we love to give them out at the show. And they tend to be VIP, or in this case, sometimes they were UVIP. So if I understand correctly, you guys benefited from some of these tickets?
We sure did. We had fast lane tickets. We weren't able to get VIP for the show. And two gentlemen were kind enough to share their extra VIP tickets with my daughter and I, leaving my husband in just the fast lane. It was wonderful.
See, that I didn't know. I didn't know Dad got left in the fast lane.
Yep.
Okay. But you know what? Good on you, Dad. Take care of the girls. I'm sure you were able to catch up with them once everybody was inside anyway.
Oh, yeah.
And what time did you guys get there for the show?
We arrived at the theater, I think, right around 4.
Okay.
And so everybody was still in one line. And at that point, the line had just kind of started going around the corner of the theater. So we were kind of towards the beginning of the edge of the corner.
Okay. So then even with your entry, you probably weren't too far behind. Dad probably wasn't too far behind anyway.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right. So that's not bad. This is your first bandmate show? I know they've been that direction a little bit.
Nope. Last fall, we actually drove down to Houston and with the Blues in Houston, and then drove back. So that was totally worth it, but a very long weekend.
Wow. Because this is why I love these type of interviews, because every once in a while someone will catch me off guard with something. That's a great one. So this is truly like a family experience for you guys.
Yeah.
Wow. That's so awesome. So who's the gateway drug for the family with this band? Who got other people into it?
Dad.
Okay. All right. That's usually the way it works, but not always. So are you guys as big of fans as Dad is now?
Maddie, for sure. It's a tight race between Dad and Maddie for #1 fan.
Fantastic. So that Dallas, what did you, I was at Dallas. You guys went to Houston.
We tried to get tickets to Dallas, but by the time we had our codes, it was all sold out. So we ended up in Houston, which is fine.
Okay. Yeah, Dallas was Misa's birthday show. Mm-hmm. So LA and Dallas, those are the two shows that I went to last in October. Those went really, really quick. Yeah. So it was cool that you guys got to go down. That's a long drive, man.
It is. We left Thursday night right after school and drove to Oklahoma City and spent the night in Oklahoma City, and then did the rest of the drive on Friday. The concert was Saturday night, if I remember right. And then we drove straight through home on Sunday.
Was it Saturday? I don't remember. I know it was like they went down like the day after Dallas. I don't remember.
Yeah. I don't remember my days. It might have been Friday night, and then we drove home straight through on Saturday. But yeah.
That was
totally worth it.
Well, fantastic. I'm glad you guys got to have a good time. I can see you got your little bandmate beanie. I wear mine all the time too.
Yep.
So did you guys, you had VIP for Houston?
We did have VIP for Houston. Yep. I think we were 12th, 13th, and 14th in the VIP line that night.
Very nice.
So.
Well, right on. I see you got some Anaheim glasses there too, kiddo.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure to do that for you guys.
He wears them all the time.
And the coin that was in the box is from another fan that lives out here in Southern California, Curtis. So he was happy to make sure that you got one of those after we saw the pictures. You guys got upgraded. We love seeing families at stuff like this.
Those are amazing.
That's super cool.
We have it in a little box, little plexiglass box on a stand.
Right on. So, okay, so this is, you got to see them twice now. Okay. And you ladies got the VIP experience twice. So, of the two shows, which one did you like the best? Tough one.
Which one? I think for me, I liked Houston the best, because it was my first time. And we were front row in the balcony. And so we had this, and center. So we had this amazing view of everything. And just nothing compares to your first time with these ladies. So how about you?
Probably the same.
Same?
Yeah.
Same reasons?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we'll stay on Houston for a little bit. Do you have a favorite memory from the actual concert, Maddie? Maybe Homage Night Time or a song, maybe your favorite song they played that.
Maybe probably when Miku waved at me.
Yeah, that'll do it. That's a good one. What about you, Mom?
I really liked Homage Night Time. We use Shadamkado quite often in our house now.
What was that?
During Homage Night Time, they talked about the word Shadamkado.
Oh.
I'm sure I'm not saying it right, but
okay.
We use that quite often in our house now. So
Psyche's language lesson with Shimangado?
Yep.
So what does that mean? Because I try to watch these things, but I don't remember everything.
Oh boy. Do you remember what Shadamkado means? Something like it.
Like it wasn't really, like it's like not true.
Yeah, like it's not true.
Oh, okay. Dad, you can come over and say hi too, man.
Come on.
Come on.
It's your fault that it's your fault we're here.
Bye.
He was out walking the dogs. Hey guys.
Hi. Oh,
stay down, Sam.
It's totally fine. One of my other interviews, her cats were participating as well.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dad, I caught you off guard.
No, you're fine.
What's going on? What's your name, sir?
Tony.
Tony. Hey, welcome to the interview. Thank you for introducing the ladies to the band. We always love, not only do we love the princesses, we also love the little mini princesses, especially. So how did you discover the band? I'll ask you real quick.
So I had a buddy that I played like PlayStation with, and just out of sheer, like, I don't know if he was serious about it, but he brought up baby metal.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of thought it was going to be this big joke, blah, blah, blah. I looked into it, started listening to it, really enjoyed it. Then just purely on like YouTube searches of Japanese rock metal bands, I found Bandmade. I believe the first single that I ever saw on there was Domination, followed by Thrill shortly after, and immediately went and spent a bunch of money downloading music, and here we are.
Gotcha. Domination live or Domination the MV?
It was literally just the music video.
Okay.
I believe it was actually right around 2019, 2020. It was shortly after, I believe, World Domination came out that I found them. So
right on. Well, fantastic. Thank you for introducing the ladies to the band, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. So, well, same question for you. What was your first song, Kendal?
I think it was Domination. Tony came home from work and he's like, "Oh my God, I found this awesome band. You have to listen to them." And it was one of those, I'm like, yeah, okay. You just kind of blew him off. And then he started the song and I'm like, oh, I kind of like this. So.
And what about you, Maddie? Same thing?
Mm-hmm.
So now are you like Are you just off on your own, finding stuff and listening to stuff and watching stuff? Or you just kind of jump in with when dad does it?
I'm kind of on my own.
Cool. Well, right on. So okay, we said Houston, so now let's move up to Minneapolis a little bit. You said you guys got there about 4, right? Were you guys on the floor? I don't know the layout for that. Was the Varsity Theater?
Yeah, yeah.
Varsity,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Was there a balcony and a floor? Were you guys on the floor? How did that work?
There was a balcony, but it was reserved. And then along the one side of the floor, they had these booths that you could pay extra to get into. So by the time we made it in, the rail, we were at the very end of the side rail, and she
Okay.
couldn't see real well. And back by the bar, there's like 3 steps. So we ran back there real quick and jumped up on the top of the steps, and we're hanging out by a pillar. But we still had a good view of everything, but we were above everybody, which was really nice.
Excellent, excellent. So are we going to do this again if they hit the Midwest?
Yes.
So you guys are you guys are obviously all in it pretty big, not just you guys you're not casuals from what I get. You guys are pretty in the weeds for fans.
Yeah.
You crazy enough to do a Dawn Patrol? Let's back up. Do we know what Dawn Patrol is?
Tony does, I do not.
Okay. So that's this right here.
Okay.
That's something that that our channel coined the phrase. Dawn Patrol are the idiots who get there really, really early and stand in line all day.
We would probably do that, yeah.
Right on. It is a very fun experience, to be perfectly honest with you, because you're going to be around other real hardcore fans. You meet people, you share stories, people share their food, their water. It's kind of I don't know if you're football fans, but it's like bandmate tailgating is what it is. It's exactly what it is. And it's cool. So if you guys get the opportunity, what was that?
Said we're good at tailgating.
Oh, okay. All right. Who's your team?
We are Kansas City Chiefs fans.
Oh, okay. So
and we've had season tickets up until last year for the last like 6 years. So
all right. So yeah, you are familiar with the concept of tailgating.
Yes.
Well, yeah, you'll have I promise you, if you do that, you'll have a blast. And the benefit of doing that, especially getting there really, really early, is you will be on the rail or very, very near the rail, and it is a completely different experience.
I'm sure.
The sound isn't as great, but the experience is very, very different. And for a little one, you'll get noticed for sure. All right. A divisive question in the fandom. Do you have a favorite member? Who's your favorite member, Maddie?
Miku?
I was going to be my guess, considering we went with the red glasses, but I wanted to be 100% sure. Okay, why do you like Miku so much?
Probably because with the Minneapolis show, she got super mad at the crowd because they wouldn't be quiet.
Yeah, she likes things her way. This is 100% sure, but it is also all in fun, which just makes that much more fun for us. What about you, Mom?
Misa, I think, is my favorite.
Oh, okay. We're on the same page then. Why does Misa work for you?
She's just an amazing bassist, and I absolutely adore the fact that she doesn't wear shoes. And so I feel like we are kindred spirits.
All right.
So, yeah.
All right. Here's your trivia question for the day. What's Misa's nickname?
Oh, I know this. What is it?
Assassin or silent assassin.
Silent assassin?
Barefoot assassin.
Barefoot assassin.
You're halfway there. That's okay.
Yeah.
That's when you mentioned the no shoes. That's what made me think about that. What's Dad's favorite member?
It changes daily.
Fair enough.
Honestly, like it had always been Miku. I think she's kind of like through like videos and everything. She kind of just personifies the idea of the band. Obviously, Akane and Misa are amazing at what they do. But then there's something about seeing them live that puts Psyche way up there. Like live, she just has a presence that I can't really explain it, but you really can't look away from her.
100% agree with everything you just said, because I remember every time I go, I'm like, I'm the Misa guy. I'm here for Misa. And when Psyche hits that stage, it is, I refer to it as a regal presence.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. And after Lollapalooza, she changed even more. It was like one more level of evolution for her. This was a very, very special tour. Super excited for the 3 shows that I got to see. But yeah, Psyche is something absolutely amazing on stage.
And then obviously, like when Konami gets into her modes.
Yeah.
There's so many times I've had, even going to 2 concerts, the number of times that I've had to like look at fingerings on keyboards to make sure things were being done like live and not just like it sounds so good. It's the only band I've ever had to literally sit and like look at fingerings to see if actual notes are being played, if that makes sense.
Completely. Konami will remind you that she's playing live every so often because she'll miss a note. But that in no way is that any shade. I'm totally cool with it.
I think she does it on purpose.
Misa never misses. I've never heard Misa make a mistake. And somebody asked her one time about tucking her pick between her hand when she switches to the slap. And the interviewer goes, well, what do you do if you drop it? And her answer was, she goes, I never drop it. I mean, that is a boss move in an interview to say. And so to my knowledge, I've never seen her drop it. I've never heard her miss a note. All right. So Dad, do you have a favorite memory from these 2 concerts?
I wouldn't say a specific memory other than obviously the whole reason you're talking to them is them being gifted the VIP stuff, and just how happy they were about that. I mean, will stick with me forever. So
nice. Very, very cool. Yeah, it's in LA or Anaheim. I got to experience with my wife and my adult daughter. So I wasn't on the floor for that one. I bought into a box that a friend of mine had bought. And so, yeah, that's pretty special to be able to do with your family. Even if they're not fans, they enjoyed themselves, but it was still something that was pretty cool to do. So I really, really get that.
If they aren't fans when you walk in, they're fans when you walk out.
My wife can't get past the language barrier.
Oh,
that's a hiccup for her. And my daughter she has real kind of funky music tastes, but that girl can have a good time anywhere.
Yeah.
So definitely a good time for me. I don't have the Minneapolis set list. What was the song that you guys got that was the switch out song?
I've got the set list here. Give me just a second.
You're more prepared than I am.
I think I screenshotted it. I kept trying to take a picture of it. We were standing kind of behind the sound booth. And I kept trying to take a picture of it. And I couldn't get a good... there it is. Okay. They started with Domination. Then Glory. Alone. Play. Unleash. Choose Me. I always screw this one up.
Sayonakidori.
That one. From Now On. Manners. Dice. Hate. Different. Daydreaming. Memorable. Freedom. Afterlife. Screaming. Endless Story. And No God.
Gotcha. All right. So it looks like, yeah, you guys were early on. You guys got 19. You didn't get 20 like the end of the tour did. And Unleash was one of the ones that moved around. It was in most sets, but not all of them, but it got bumped around a lot. The one that you got that most people didn't was Afterlife. I think only Afterlife was only at a few different shows. But yeah, the rest of it was mostly stat. And Sayonaki Dori, she played several times, and Rockin' Me were the Miku songs that she swapped in and
That
out.
was the one we really were hoping to see. Was Rockin' Me, but
only
that's
because
okay.
we've seen the other.
We had seen the other one in Houston.
Gotcha. Yeah, Rockin' Me is fun because of the sing along parts in it, and it's just kind of a bouncy song. She has a lot of fun with it. Oh, you guys. Oh, okay. The one that you guys didn't get that I wish you would have maybe next time is Anemone. They added that. That was they added that third slow song in the middle of the set. That was cool. That was a really good one. All right, let's see here. Do you remember the people? Do you remember the names of the guys who gave? I know Ed was one of them. I should know this. I don't remember the other person's name.
Yes, I also have those.
There you
go.
You messaged me too.
Oh, yeah, it was on Reddit.
You're gonna tell me, and then I'm gonna be embarrassed because I probably already know who this dude is.
Did I save Ed's number?
Yes, you did. Look up Ed.
I'm working on it. Paul.
Okay. Oh yeah. Ed is a funny guy. Ed is like he is the networking genius for our little collection of people he talks to, because he's essentially a traveling salesman. So that's what he does. So he will reach out to people like you and then connect you and I for stuff like this. He knows all the staff from the bands, both from from Live Nation and from the band.
Yeah.
Ed is a very integral part of our little community here. He's kind of like an unofficial member of MNN as well.
Yeah, he was amazing. We got to talk to him. He was in those booths I was talking about over on the side, and he saw us and he came over, and I'm like, oh, please don't let me buy you a drink, or let me, something. And he wouldn't let me buy him a drink, but he did introduce me to a couple other people. And there was a guy there with his daughter, and he just seemed to know everybody and had everybody's story, and filled us in on the behind the scenes details, and it was great.
Fantastic. I can't remember. Did I send you cards with the glasses?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Very, very good. So you
Those
got the
amazing.
You're welcome. That was a lot of work, but it was fun. So did you open the playing cards that came with the VIP kit, or did you leave it sealed?
Yes. Nope. We opened one and left one sealed. She opened hers immediately. Mine are still sealed.
You guys play Go Fish, Old Maid with them? I wouldn't recommend doing that with the set that I sent you. They're not the sturdiest cards. They look good, but they're not very sturdy.
Yeah, we definitely will be playing poker with those.
Right on. All right. So looking at this set list here, we'll start with Maddie. Was there a song that, well, I think you guys said Rockin' Me, but is there another song that you're like, oh, I really like that song. I wish they would have played it? No? You're completely content with the set list? Excellent. Good for you. Kendall, how about you?
I really like the song Smile.
Ooh, yeah.
So I mean, I didn't expect it to be on any set lists, but I would love to hear that live.
Yeah, I agree. They've never played it in the US, but I'm huge into the mid-tempo stuffs, and Smile is right up there at the top with Page, Daydreaming, all of those ones. Really, really good songs. It just blows my mind that their B-sides are better than a lot of bands' hits. Because Smile's just a freaking B-side to Bubble.
Yeah. It's one of those, if you don't, I don't want to say hardcore fan, but if you haven't sat down and listened to everything, you're not going to know it exists. If you only listen to like their bigger, more popular hits in the US, I like some of the littler, not as popular in the US songs.
Yeah. So it sounds like you guys have the full catalog.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys buy the DVDs or the Blu-rays and have the live concerts too, or not yet?
We have not, no. We talked about, there was the one, what was the one concert we talked about buying? Yeah, Line Shibuya. I think we could have streamed it or watched it after the fact, and it I think we had softball or something, and it just didn't work out that we talked about it and then something came up, or we had something and we just didn't do it.
Right. That's a really good that's a good entry one because it's a standalone. That one and the Day of Made show is another good one. But Lion Cube's probably a good start because there was an actual audience as opposed to just they're playing live to a giant empty room. So the energy is much better and the song selection is really, really good for that. So that's a good one to get. You start getting to some of the other stuff that's out there, it gets expensive because they were all limited editions that sold out pretty quick. Like the World Domination limited edition, that's a really, really good live show that comes with that. But I think if you can find one, they're about $150, and that's on the low side.
Yeah.
It was cool. Yeah, absolutely. If you get the opportunity, by all means, pick one of those up. All right. Well, this was a fun little chat with you guys. Is there anything else that you want to add, or what are your predictions for the Yokohama show? Anything? Are they going to do anything crazy for Yokohama? Dad, how about you? What do you say?
He's coming over.
Are we gonna get a new album announcement? Are we gonna get a new outfit? They usually at tour finals they change their outfit up, so it's kind of like a hint into what's coming next.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've heard a couple of small rumblings of possibly a new album announcement.
That would be amazing.
I won't be able to find it now. Obviously, I'm not prepared, but I had seen something on Reddit where one of the Japanese shows, they played a song that people were saying was brand new. I can't think of the name off the top of my head right now.
I can't either. That's
I
okay.
it was like cut the line or something like that.
I don't remember. It was a 2-word title. I remember that much. But so we've gotten Shambles and we've gotten that one, and the one that they just played recently that no one knows the name of. Was it's kind of another mid tempo from what from my understanding. So
I mean, I could see that coming out in an album form pretty soon.
I would have to agree with you completely. Any plans to go to Japan and see this?
Our 20th anniversary is coming up in a couple of years, and we have all applied for passports. We don't know if it'll happen, but I found a tour company out of California, actually, and they do a bus tour through Japan. And if we time it just right, we're hoping to spend some time in Tokyo and catch a show and do Tokyo Disney and then tour the rest of the country. But if we only got to go for the show, I would be okay with that as well.
Well, that's fantastic. You're ahead of the curve on me. I want to go, but that's not anywhere in the close future for me, but that's okay. I will get there eventually, and I will get to see a show. And if you guys do go, you could reach out to either me, or I don't know if you guys, I know the little one probably doesn't Facebook, but if mom and dad Facebook, be in the Facebook groups, either Cafe, Worldwide's a little quiet. Join Cafe, that's ours.
We joined that right after you and I first got together.
So if you ever have any questions about travel or tour or getting tickets, people in there are going to be more than happy to help you. And once you get there, there will be people there who have been there multiple times or are happy to help. It's a very interactive, very caring, very tight-knit fan group. And once you're in, you're kind of in for life. It's like the mafia.
That's what I've learned, and I cannot say enough about how amazing the fans are at both shows. They have all been so kind and personable, and it really is a family.
It absolutely is. All right. So I would just like to say thank you, Tony, off screen, for introducing the ladies to the band. I'd like to say thank you to Kendal and to Maddie for joining me this morning and being such awesome fans. And Maddie, you got to spread the word to all your little 12-year-old friends. We got to
I made sure it's to school at least once a week.
Outstanding. Fantastic. So once again, thank you so much for joining us today. And with that, I am S.J. Nix. This is Made News Network. And this has been an interview with Maddie and Kendal, who attended the Minneapolis show. Keep an eye out for new tattoos. They will coming up very soon as the Japanese shows take off. Peter will be working on those. He's also got some other stuff in the works with Outside the Net shows with Whiskey Dusk and a few other Whiskey Dust with a few other up-and-coming Japanese bands. Keep an eye out for all that stuff. And with that, from Made News Network, we will say, see ya. Bye, ladies.
Bye. Thank you.